The Russian military has begun a brutal assault on the people of Ukraine. Vladimir Putin has been planning this for months, as we've been saying all along, which tells you all you need to know about his intentions. He rejected every good faith effort the United States and our allies and partners made. For weeks, we have been warning that this would happen. We saw a staged political theater in Moscow that Ukraine was about to invade and launch a war against Russia. We saw a flagrant violation of international law in attempting to unilaterally create two new so-called republics. Within moments, missile strikes began to fall on historic cities across Ukraine. Putin is the aggressor. Putin chose this war. Today, I'm authorizing additional strong sanctions. We have purposely designed these sanctions to maximize the long-term impact on Russia. And I want to be clear, the United States is not doing this alone. For months, we've been building a coalition of partners representing well more than half the global economy. We will limit Russia's ability to do business in dollars, euros, pounds, and yen to be part of the global economy. We'll limit their ability to do that. We're going to impose and we're going to impair their ability to compete. We've already seen the impact of our actions on Russia's currency and the ruble, which early today hit its weakest level ever in history. The Russia stock market plunged today. And today, we're also blocking 4 more major banks. That means every asset they have in America will be frozen. As promised, we're also adding the names to the list of Russian elites and their family members that we're sanctioning as well, and they should share in the pain. Some of the most powerful impacts of our actions will come over time. As we squeeze Russians' access to finances and technology, it'll strike a blow to their ability to continue to modernize their military. It'll degrade their aerospace industry, including their space program, and it will be a major hit to Putin's long-term strategic ambitions. Tomorrow, NATO will convene a summit. We'll be there to bring together the leaders of 30 allied nations. Although we provided over $650 million in defensive assistance to Ukraine just this last year, let me say it again. Our forces are not and will not be engaged in the conflict with Russia in Ukraine. Our forces are not going to Europe to fight in Ukraine, but to defend our NATO allies and reassure those allies in the East. And the good news is, there is no doubt that the United States and every NATO ally will meet our Article 5 commitments, which says that an attack on one is an attack on all. Over the past few weeks, I ordered thousands of additional forces to Germany and Poland as part of our commitment to NATO. And today, NATO came together and authorized an activation of response plans. This will enable NATO's high readiness forces to deploy and when and where they are needed, protect our NATO allies, and support the greatest military alliance in the history of the world, NATO. My administration is using every tool at its disposal to protect American families and businesses from rising prices at the gas pump. And American oil and gas companies should not exploit this moment to hike their prices to raise profits. And the United States will release additional barrels of oil as conditions warrant. I know this is hard and that Americans are already hurting. I will do everything in my power to limit the pain the American people are feeling at the gas pump. This is critical to me. America stands up to bullies. We stand up for freedom. This is who we are. History has shown time and again how swift gains in territory eventually give way to grinding occupations, acts of mass civil disobedience, and strategic dead ends. The next few weeks and months will be hard on the people of Ukraine. But now, the entire world sees clearly what Putin and his Kremlin allies are really all about. Putin will be a pariah on the international stage. Any nation that countenances Russia's naked aggression against Ukraine will be stained by association. God bless the people of a free and democratic Ukraine, and may God protect our troops.